Hi folks, I know you're probably wrapped up in finishing up your topic proposals today, and that's great. We do need to start thinking about the problem definition essay, and I want to give you some things to consider as you start working on this portion of your research project. Because looking here at the calendar, of course here on Thursday the 7th we have the research proposal due today. But then Saturday, your draft of your problem definition essay is due to be posted in the discussion board forum that's in there for all of you folks for week 2. So make sure that you've got a good solid draft in place covering the details of that assignment. And I'll spend a few moments and go through that real quick with all of you here in a few minutes as far as what you should really focus on for your draft. But first of all, I want to comment on one of the areas of the text that I think might be helpful for you, and something I'd like you to consider when it comes to writing a research paper of this nature. There are a lot of great tools in the text here for you folks to take advantage of. A lot of great tools in the class. So if you go into the course, and I'm going to flip over here real quick, so I'll have to flip back to YouTube in a second. But anyway, I'm looking here at the class. If you go to the week 2 folder that has the readings and the resources, of course that has everything in there you need for your the project details. So make sure and print out the information that gives you all the details on what the expectations are for the problem definition essay. But then if you look at another folder there are sample papers just like the topic proposal. So take advantage of that resource that we've given you. Look at how other students have approached the assignment. So it's not like you folks are left out there on your own and unable to draw upon a lot of resources, and that you're plowing new ground. This is all ground that a lot of folks have already been down. So take a look at those sample papers and use those to benchmark your own paper that you're going to put together for this particular project. And so you can take a look at that. And then also I recommend take a look at the folder that has the art of argument. It has some documents in there that you can take a look at that should help you to formulate a good argument, to formulate a good research paper. So take advantage of those resources we have right here in our class. And then on top of that, you've got the MyComp Lab composing space that you can use to put together your initial draft, your initial paper, using the APA resources that are there and the other resources that are there to help you to put together a good quality research paper. But on top of that, we've got a couple of great texts as well. And I'd just like to comment real quick on an area of the reading for this week, and it's found in your dialogues text on page 138 from chapter 5, and it really talks about offering a well-reasoned argument to support a position. So a paper of this nature, you're identifying a problem, you're providing solutions to that problem, you're also in essence making an argument. So I would look at it from that point of view. You're taking a stance on an issue here. You're identifying something that's very important to you that needs to be addressed, and then you're presenting some ideas on how those can be solved. And if you look here at this section in the text, they go back to some terms from long ago, to ancient Greece. Logos, pathos, ethos. What do those foreign words mean? And really, they encompass the whole essence of this idea of classical argument. Right? The logos is word, of course, more tied into logic. So with our writing from a research perspective should use good logic. It should be clear, it should be reasonable, it should be well organized. Pathos deals with the emotional side, and what does emotion have to do with a research paper? We have to be very careful in that area because we don't want emotion or bias or feelings to drive an argument. audiences expect, fact-based, data-driven information, as one of my former supervisors commented on. Whenever you're making an argument, whenever you're presenting a fact-based oriented document, that's where it needs to come from facts that come from credible sources. But the emotional side, how does that play into a research paper? From my point of view, the emotion, the passion should drive our desire to write a good quality research paper. And yes, we can have some emotion in there, but we have to be careful and not come across to our audience as biased, as though we're arguing and not considering other people's perspectives, or we're arguing strictly from an emotional perspective. No, we're very passionate about the topic that we've chosen. We're very focused on the thesis that we have. We want to use good facts and good sources to support our case, and the emotion is driving our desire to write. And that emotion should come out kind of in an intrinsic way within the paper, behind the scenes, where the people who are reading the research are reading some good facts, are reading great sources, some good quotations, a good argument that's been put together. But they can tell as well when we're really passionate about a topic as well. The emotion is there. It comes through whether we intend it to or not. So look at the emotional side, the pathos side, as that drive to really want to make a good argument and sell our audience on the importance of what we have to say on this topic. And then the last element, I think, is super critical, folks. The ethos, that ties into ethics. I think that should be number one, in my opinion, that we're approaching our writing from an ethical perspective, where we are not twisting the facts. We're not trying to sway people to see things our way for ulterior motives, where ethics are more focused on we're searching for the truth, we're seeking the truth. So that's the perspective I'd like all of you folks to really focus on from the ethical side. And then also it has to do when we're citing sources, that whenever we pull information from our sources, that we're giving credit where credit is due. So if there are direct quotations from our sources, we are giving the people credit for that. So make sure you have quotations around all of the direct information you're pulling from your sources. Paraphrasing, we're giving credit from our sources as well. That's an ethical issue there. We're making sure that we respect other people's work, and we're making it clear to our audience that these are not our ideas in this particular area of our paper. This has come from our sources. So keep that in mind as you put your work together. One comment real quick, just looking at the assignment, make sure for your draft that you've got 4 to 6 pages as specified in the assignment. And I would print that assignment out, and you need to have a couple of sources as well. And then that is 4 to 6 pages of content. That does not include your title page or your references page. So you'll need to have a references page as specified for your first draft. But the focus, as we say here in the assignment instructions, is on ideas more than anything else. You can clean the paper up more when you get into the final draft. I'm more interested in having a good quality draft out there with some good content, with some good ideas. You can do the refinement later. And then make sure to take advantage of looking at the sample papers that are out there. For example, in your handbook, if you go to section 67D, page 484, there's an example of an APA formatted paper. So it shows you how to put together your title page. It shows you how to format your references. So take advantage of those resources, folks. And I'm looking forward to seeing your papers, your drafts in the discussion forum, and I'll go through and take a quick look at those as well and offer some comments that will help you. So good luck on your first draft of your problem definition paper.